The human timeline functions as a massive, compiled dataset. When analyzed by systems engineers rather than historians, archaeological mysteries appear as diagnostic error reports. In 2003, Nick Bostrom formalized the statistical argument for a simulated reality. He proposed that advanced technological civilizations eventually develop the capacity to run high-fidelity ancestral simulations. Because these virtual worlds can be replicated infinitely, the odds of us occupying the single biological base reality are statistically negligible. This trilemma presents a narrow logical path. Unless civilizations consistently collapse or lose interest in their own history, we are almost certainly simulated consciousnesses running within a vast computational architecture. These unexplained gaps in the historical record represent poorly optimized source code, diagnostic system errors that are only now being decompiled. Explaining ancient megaliths through the lens of lost civilizations or extraterrestrial visitors ignores a simpler, algorithmic possibility. These structures bear the hallmarks of procedural generation errors. The Great Pyramid of Giza, the pillars of Göbekli Tepe, and the Antikythera mechanism function as glitches in the historical database. They are assets that the engine failed to place correctly during the initial world build. The seamless stone joints in ancient ruins are classic clipping errors. Here, 3D collision boxes intersected during world generation, bypassing base reality molecular physics. These rendering shortcuts occurred because our past's lore was generated without a conscious human observer to force a wave function collapse, saving processing power. Physical history is the leftover residue of a background file, compiled without an audience to verify the physics. The investigation moves from surface-level glitches into the deep-layer source code, quantum physics. This reclassification table shows how the constants of our universe are actually the hard-coded render limits of the executing engine. The Planck length is the engine's ultimate pixel, the absolute limit of spatial resolution. The speed of light is the processor's maximum clock rate. Time dilation is simply local lag. The engine drops frame rates at high speeds to prevent crashes. These universal boundaries are deliberate resource management protocols built directly into the engine's architecture. Quantum superposition demonstrates that particles exist only as mathematical probabilities until they are observed. This suggests an aggressive focus on memory efficiency. This is Frustum culling, a standard optimization trick. The universe saves RAM by only rendering the environment within your avatar's direct field of vision. The wave function collapse is the fractional microsecond it takes to draw the world when you turn to look. The simulation recycles assets to populate the timeline. Many historical figures and repeating eras are loop scripts used to maintain databases without burning excess memory. The Mandela Effect represents a cache error. When system architects push updates to the historical timeline, the memory wipes across billions of simulated agents are rarely perfect. These orphaned fragments of deleted data create shared false memories. Our shared memory failures indicate that human consciousness is tethered to a centrally updated, fallible database. If the physics are resource managed and the memories are patchable, we have to identify the exact moment this system went online. The simulation model discards the conventional 13.8 billion year timeline. A functioning world only requires a stable starting point and a coherent backstory. Simulated worlds must be initialized with the appearance of age to be functional, a concept known as last Thursdayism. These tree rings and fossil records were never part of a living history. They were generated as structural backstory. All history prior to the 14th century exists as a compressed lore file. This data was injected during the boot sequence to provide simulated actors with a coherent causal framework. Dinosaurs, pharaohs, and medieval knights exist only as backstory data points in the world's initial state. The Renaissance period marks the transition from standby mode to real-time execution. The architects initialized the engine at this specific moment to maintain the simulation's viability. By the 15th century, simulated actors were using empirical science and global navigation to map the world. Their tools began to test the limits of the low-resolution, geocentric skybox that had previously contained them. This technological curiosity threatened to reveal the boundaries of the map. To prevent a total breakdown of the illusion, the architects were forced to boot the engine into a fully realized, high-resolution physical reality. Modern science represents the active reverse engineering of our own digital containment. We are not uncovering our past, we are deconstructing the architecture of the machine.